Hi there, my name is Sam and I'm the Country Manager of TaxDome, and today I'm going to walk you through our sample onboarding flow, which is downloadable from our template library. And the aim of this flow is to help build your confidence in understanding how automations can be applied and how jobs move through the workflow itself. So let's dive in and take a look. So in this first stage, where we have the account setup step, we're going to trigger two automations. The first automation is to update the account tags. By updating the account tag, it's going to be really easy to filter clients later on and then apply further bulk actions. We're also going to add a wiki page to this job, which is essentially an internal document listing our standard operating procedures, so any outsourced accountants or apprentices can always follow up on how the work should be completed. We can take a quick look at the wiki page here, and when downloading this flow, I highly recommend reading through, as it will explain some really important features, for example auto move, conditional logic, and what's going to occur in each of the stages. By following the workflow automation with this wiki page, you can feel a lot more confident in understanding how a job moves through the workflow. In stage 2, we're going to set up the document storage facility within our client CRM. In this stage, we're also going to demonstrate the application of conditional logic. And conditional logic is going to allow you to manage different client types within the same workflow. So in this example, I have 3 folder template automations. We can see that the bookkeeping template is only going to be applied to clients' accounts when they have the bookkeeping tag associated to them. Similarly, in this folder template below for payroll, only clients with the payroll tag are going to have this folder structure applied to their CRM. So it avoids me having to manually go in and apply the folder structure to the relevant accounts. Below, we can see that the default tax years folder template has no conditional logic attached. So any client account that I add to this stage is going to have that folder structure added to their document portal. In stage 3, we're going to send our clients a letter of engagement and demonstrate what that process looks like for them. If I click on the stage here, we can see that we're going to send them this template contract here, and we're also going to send them an email just to give them a quick nudge in the right direction. Now on the workflow edit page, we can always add automated reminders, which are going to send email notifications to our clients. That can be toggled on using the setting here, and you can set the frequency of the reminders, and you can set the interval between them. Now let's demonstrate how this letter of engagement appears for our clients. We're now in the client portal, and we can see that our client has received a notification for a contract with a pending signature. Your client can simply click on that notification, review the letter of engagement that you've sent them, and to sign it they simply need to type in their name. They hit sign, agree to the terms and conditions, and they'll have the timestamp for the audit trail below. In the 4th stage, we have 2 task automations. Again, we're using conditional logic to demonstrate how one task can be applied to a specific client type, and we also have another task which is just going to be applied to all the accounts, as we currently don't have a conditional logic set to this automation. So what does this mean? If I add a client account to this stage of the workflow and it does not have the bookkeeping tag, that client will only create the review account details task. However, if I add another client account and they do have the bookkeeping tag, they will receive both the review account details task but also the example bookkeeping task, because the conditional logic on this stage is only for accounts with that bookkeeping tag. Let's take a quick look at a task template to see what kind of information you can populate here. On the task creation page, you can see that we can assign this particular task template to a team member. We can add a priority, status, a description, a tag which is going to help us find this task on the calendar or other dashboards within the platform. And we have really useful subtasks which help to itemize and list the work within the task. In the fifth stage, we're also going to be looking into how we can request important documents and information from our clients. We can see here that we have a stage condition setting here. What this essentially means, similar to the conditional logic we saw before, which is specific to a single automation, we can also apply the conditional logic to the whole stage so that it's going to be applied to all the automations in that step. So the stage conditions here means that the automations in this step are only going to be applied to accounts with the self-assessment return tag. Now, if a client has the self-assessment return tag, they're going to activate the following automations. They're going to activate the creation of an organizer, and they're also going to receive an email prompting them to share the information with us. Now let's look at the format of this organizer to see the ways in which you could request those important documents and information. In the organizer, you can use free entry answers, number fields, date fields, checkboxes, yes or no boxes, or even include questions which allow your clients to share and upload documents. So you have a lot of flexibility when requesting that information. In the sixth stage, we just want to demonstrate how you can update the account access for different team members. Here, I'm giving access to Michael M, but it's also worth noting that I can also revoke that access in a later stage. Finally, I'm going to send an invoice to my client. As we saw in the contract and organizer steps, we're also going to send an email to this client to follow up to ensure that they do make that payment. And that's just a short introduction into TaxDome's workflow platform. As I mentioned at the beginning, you can copy this template from our library into your own personal library where you can make changes, you can test the flow and see how these automations are applied to your personal account. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.